say, kids, what time is it?
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, turkey time. Are we? Should we start off with forking some? No, just kidding.
Right.
Maybe the Seahawks.
Yeah. So just for everyone watching, we're doing just the Thanksgiving Day game, so you could listen to our gobbledygook. See what I did there?
Yes, I
Our
did.
gobbledygook for the 3 games, and then we'll do the full show for the rest of the weekend after Thanksgiving, like Friday or something.
This is a special Thursday, where the only Thursday they have more than one game.
More
So
than
it
one
should-
game, and we're limited on time.
Yep.
Because
As is everybody out there. I mean, we're all trying to celebrate, Thanksgiving with
a lot of running around
friends
to
and family.
do, and yeah. So, all right. I guess we'll just, as we go through the 3 games, we'll do what we've been doing the last couple of weeks, and we'll talk about anything that stands out about the teams involved. So, first, do you like our football turkey? He's very nice.
He's very nice.
He's a very
Oh,
nice.
yes. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. All right, let's get to it. Let's stop dawdling here. People have places to be. Let's see. Starting at 12:30 p.m. Oh, by the way, real quick before we get into this, at noon Thanksgiving Day on ESPN, our Yukon Husky men's basketball team is playing in the semifinal of the some tournament, the Bahama Classic. They're down in the Bahamas for a little mini tournament.
I'm trying to remember the name of that tournament.
They played a double overtime classic today against Auburn, ranked number 19, where Huskies are number 22. The Huskies are good again. What a great game. I just think they're going to be gassed to turn around and play at noon tomorrow. They have Michigan State now to play tomorrow, so that's
holy cow. Yeah, I'm going to try to look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one on because the first game we have on the slate for football, 12:30 p.m. on Fox. The 3-7 Bears visit the 0-9-1 Detroit Lions.
Wonder if the NFL ever considered not automatically giving the game to the Lions at some point.
Right.
But that might just, I mean, that's their one thing that they have looking forward to, I guess, these days. I don't know. We're both teams playing with, backup quarterbacks, not even that great backup quarterbacks. And it's like, I don't know what to expect about this. It's like it's a division game, but other than that, this might be the Lions' last shot at winning, I guess, this year. But they're both playing their backups. I don't even know if they're their secondary, but maybe the third quarterback. And when the one thing I can see, I at least in my opinion, that the Bears do have a slightly better running game and defense. So based on that, I'll go with them. But not much confident in it.
I know, right? I'm with you. If Jared Goff was playing for Detroit, I would say, this might be the week. This could be the week they're going to get that win, but I don't see it at all. And based on what you said, I think the Bears' defense is flat out better than Detroit's. I mean, Detroit has a good running game, but that's about it. So, I mean, with Goff, at least they'd have some semblance of some balanced offense. But without him, I can't see it. So I'm also Chicago on the road for that one. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, just make a point that all 6 of these teams, I'm sure it's happened before, but all 6 of these teams that are playing lost last week.
Coming off losses. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's boy, these games are getting. You'd think at this point in the season it'd be a little easier to pick these games.
But
I feel like every week now I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
it's absolutely bizarre.
I think especially the last 3 weeks, I've had such a hard time trying to figure this out.
That makes 2 of us. We're gonna get canceled.
Maybe.
Next up at 4:30 Eastern on CBS, the Oreo cookie game, the fluff in the middle, as we say. The 5-5 Vegas Raiders travel to Dallas to take on the 7-3 Cowboys.
And the Raiders continue their downward slide, and it's amazing how they overcame the loss of the coach, but right after that it kind of they couldn't sustain it. And they was what is this like? Is it 2 in a row? Is it 3 in a row? I'm trying. I know it's at least 2 in a row. It might be three in
Two
a
in
row
a
that they
row, and I
lost.
think 3 of 4.
3 or 4, yeah. And that we've already talked about how whether this is going to be the kind of like their start of they're just not doing just out of the playoffs altogether. Um, and the Cowboys kind of I know I picked Kansas City to beat the Cowboys last week, but that game was nothing like I pictured at all. Um, their offense looked completely like they didn't look like their offense. It looked like they were just kind of like stumbling around. Nothing was working. And I know they have a couple the key people that were out. I think Cooper was out
CD
and
Lamb. Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb got injured during the game, but
Yep.
still, they were like completely discombobulated. I mean that the Kansas City defense, or the defensive line, which we haven't talked about much, was constantly back there behind, around Prescott. I mean, where they get like 5 sacks. It was crazy how this was a defensive game when most people expected it to be like an offensive shootout. But I think they will kind of right the ship again, like they did after that loss a couple of weeks ago, and put the Raiders away. I don't know what to say about the Raiders. I don't know how they could go from such a, with Carr having his best season to like kind of they've been discombobulated too, but just like consistently for like the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. Uh, you summed everything up perfectly. I was
Uh,
absolutely surprised at how lopsided that KC Dallas game was.
yeah,
I took the Cowboys.
I
And
know.
boy, it just, and the Cowboys defense responded 5 or 6 drives in a row, and they were hanging it. They were holding the Cowboys in there, but that offense could not get going at all. In fact, it almost looked like what the Chiefs looked like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, that's
For
exactly what it.
several
Yep,
weeks, how the Chiefs' offense was kind of looking like that, sputtering along, yard here, 2 yards, 4 yards there. They couldn't get anything downfield moving. And once they lost Lamb, and Elliott was also uh,
that's right.
hindered.
Yep.
So, Lamb said he's going to play tomorrow. The Raiders are a mess. I don't know what's wrong with the Raiders.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah, again, it's just repeating of last year again.
It
I don't know
really
why it
is.
keeps happening.
It really is.
Uh,
One of these games is going to be a shocker. One of these games is going to be an
yeah,
upset. But I'm reticent to make it this game. Although, the Raiders are
could
capable.
be.
The Raiders are capable. If Dallas plays like
Yeah.
they did last week, the Raiders are definitely more than capable
Oh
because they
yeah.
can hang a 30 burger on them. So, um, I still feel like Dallas, they're getting Lamb back. I agree with you. I think they're going to figure it out this week. They're going to plug the holes, get that offense moving forward again. I can't see the offense looking like that 2 weeks in a row. I just can't.
Yeah, me neither. And you made a great point about their defense. Actually, their defense kept them in that game last week. They kept giving the ball back to their offense, and it makes me think that if they ever get back to that offense that was like hitting on all cylinders, and that defense keeps up, wow, that they would truly be unstoppable now. But the problem is that offense gonna get back to it? Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to overreact after one game.
Right, right.
But, this is early in the year. I thought Dallas was one of the more complete teams on both sides of the ball. So
Yeah,
we'll find out. But the one thing the Raiders do have that looks a lot like Kansas City's is that front four.
the
And
defensive
if they
line. Yep.
can, if they're in the backfield just like the Chiefs were, they're looking at that film as a blueprint. It could be a long day for the Cowboys, but I still think Dallas at home on Thanksgiving. I think they'll pull it out.
I agree. That's right. They didn't have Tyron Smith either, who was a big part of the offensive line. I gotta check. I'm not sure if he's. I'm assuming he's playing this week, but I'm not totally sure though. But that was a big loss too.
And that was a lot of their problem because Chris Jones was just he was
Yeah.
constantly in the backfield. It was
And that
insane.
and the Kansas City defense is not some a defense that we normally like talk up,
They're not terrifying at all.
but maybe they're getting better. I mean, wasn't just that game that they were the last few weeks they've been playing but much better. So, well,
Yeah, and it's kind of like I was wondering last week, like, are the Chiefs good enough to say, all right, enough screwing around? It's
right.
getting late. It's time to take this serious. And who knows? Maybe they are that good. We'll find out.
Yep.
And then rounding out the night, 8:20 on NBC, the 6-4 Buffalo Bills travel down to the Bayou to play the New Orleans Saints, and Drew Brees is calling this game.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Mike Tirico and Drew Brees instead of Alan Chris.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of cool then.
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be really cool with him like being a Saint all those years and calling this game because I don't see it going very well for the Saints. I mean, I don't know what happened to Buffalo last week. I guess they just kind of met, a Colts team that was really finding all of its strengths at full strength, so to speak, both offense and defense, and for the Colts to go into Buffalo and just blow them out like that, I think it's going to be like a big wake up call for Buffalo, and I think they're going to beat the Saints here. But on the other hand, the Saints, that's one of those teams that what are we going into week 12? I have no clue about the Saints. just and they have like I think is it still Simeon that's playing
Trevor
quarterback?
Simeon
Trevor's
and Kamara's out again.
yeah. So I mean, you can't sustain your season having a backup quarterback in there for that long.
And much like how we talk about McCaffrey with Carolina, that's Alvin Kamara is the same guy for the Saints.
Yeah,
He's that do everything guy. He catches balls, he runs, he's the best player on their offense. So without him in a backup quarterback, home or not, I mean the Saints are always tough at home. They'll come out, they'll be
yeah.
ready to play. But I agree with you. The Bills are another team that like lately I'm like, what's going on here?
What is?
They've lost like 3 of 4, I believe. They're not
Yeah,
looking good at all. They look all out of sync and whatnot on their offense. Josh Allen doesn't look right at all. I don't know what's going on. I mean, the Colts are definitely they're a red hot buzzsaw right now. They're just blowing through everybody. But that said, I mean they got smoked up there in Orchard Park. I mean, absolutely skunked. Wasn't even close.
yeah. It
So,
was like it's like 250 yards rushing or 200 yards rushing that they gave up. Jeez.
oh well, it was like what was it, 28-3 at halftime or something like that. It was just
Yeah.
awful. It was out of control. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, this is a close one to call too, because the Bills are in some serious trouble. I
Yeah, we don't
think.
know what. Yeah, we don't know how the Bills are going to be this week.
And if they come out and they look like they have on offense, they're capable of only putting up like 14 points, 12 points, and the Saints might be able to score more than that at home. So
Yep.
for me, the X factor is no Alvin Kamara, and the Bills on paper should be better. Just flat out on paper
Should definitely be better. But you talked about how probably one of these games is going to be a surprise, and the Saints have a good defense. And I know we both picked Buffalo last week, but we did say the Colts had a way that they could win if they had, kind
Jonathan
of put
Taylor. Yep.
their running game was really well, and that they put quite a lot of pressure on Allen early on. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game for him. He's always like if he has a bad start, he has a hard time, recovering, getting back to it. So if the Saints do the same thing here, who knows?
Yeah, and the Saints defense is capable of that. The
Yes,
one thing
yeah,
that's been a constant for them this whole time is their defense.
their defense. Yep.
So, but I got to take the Bills. So I have
Yeah.
Bills, Raiders, and Bears, and I think you
Yep.
have
Same
the
thing.
same. So
Oh
that's.
wait, not Raiders, right?
I'm sorry,
Did you just
Dallas.
say
Did I
Raiders?
say
Yeah.
Raiders? I
Okay.
meant Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, but again, we're come Thursday night, we're going to be like, what happened with this game? One of them
There'll be a
goes.
text at some point like, "What the hell?" Yeah.
It seems like we've reached the. I might be repeating myself. We reached the part of the season where like kind of everything is a kind of just like thrown into this mishmash, and in about 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks, there will be some teams that will kind of clear out of this. The ones that kind of will rise to the top
Assert
here.
themselves.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, yeah, right now it's an alphabet soup, and we've not had what 2 or 3 weeks in a row now we've struggled with our picks. So,
Yeah,
oops.
I bet you everybody has.
I'm sure. It's actually harder. Doing it without points, just picking the straight up winner is harder
It
than
is.
doing it with the points, because you could look at a game that might be close and look at the point spread and say, oh, I'll take the team you expect to lose on the field with the points and
Right.
win that. It's easier that way to handicap. When you have to pick the straight up winner, it seems like it would be easier, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was it always like this? We were just kind of like,
That we think we're
I mean,
smarter than we really are.
no. I mean, the NFL in general always seems to have this kind of like everybody's going towards the middle, But I don't remember last year being this bad, but it probably was, and I just the memory so far back there. So
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember like having all the teams at the top running into problems like this.
That's what it
For
seems
two
weird to
teams
me,
straight.
is that all the teams that looked a notch above early on are suddenly
Yeah.
falling back into the mix, and not looking good doing it.
And that's the key there. Like not just anyone can lose like a really close game. Some weird thing happens, block punt or whatever. But losing like this, like the Titans did. We'll talk more about the Titans, but like the Titans did to the Houston, and Buffalo getting kind of completely blown out at home. That's crazy. And the Cowboys not even able to score more than they didn't even get into the end zone, did they? Was it 3 field goals? I don't. It's crazy.
I think they might have gotten a garbage one at the end. I shut the game off. It was a blowout, so I turned it off.
But 9 points, jeez.
And I was so looking forward to that game all day.
Me too.
And the Colts Bills, I was on too, and I was excited for that, and that was over quick too.
And that was
unbelievable.
Hopefully by like weeks 15, 16, so we'll get these classic games again. Like we had them like early in the season. There looked like there were a lot of classic games like that.
Yeah.
And then they kind of turn into these lopsided games. Hopefully they'll get back to some of those classics at the end.
Yes. We'll address our Week 11 picks and pick the rest of Week 12 on a different show in a day or two. So keep an eye out for that. Everybody out there, have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes, have a great Thanksgiving. Everybody stay safe and then really enjoy your time with family and friends, and maybe take a nap in the middle of the day.
They write the network about these horrible games they scheduled. So
yeah, there you go.
Actually,
yeah, pick your nap probably during the Chicago Lions game.
Yeah, or watch the Yukon Huskies instead.
Oh yeah, right.
There you go. Go you Huskies. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at geektimenet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?